Hi guys. Oh my god, my voice. I think my name's sick. So, I just wanted to make a video, uh, talking about everything that I've achieved since my weight loss. That was kind of like on my list of things that I wanted to do. If you guys go back to my videos, I read out loud things that I put on my list of goals that I had after my weight loss surgery, and today I kind of want to talk about the things that I was able to achieve thanks to my weight loss surgery. I'm going to talk about physical attributes first, and then I'm going to talk about things that I can do that I couldn't do, and then things that I could wear. So the first thing, you start really liking the way that you look a little bit more. Like, I don't always find myself attractive. That's a fact. I always kind of take things with a grain of salt. I don't really like my body, but I learned to appreciate the things that it can do now. But you do also get a sense of things that you really like about your body. Not this pimple breaking out, but I noticed that when I lost weight, my eyes got physically bigger. Like, they just looked a lot bigger. Like I said, you can go check out my old videos. For some reasons, my eyes just look bigger. Cheekbones, I don't think I've ever felt cheekbones. I have pretty high cheekbones, surprisingly. My mom always says, your face was so round when you were heavier, and now it's a heart-shaped face. And she said that's a really good thing to have. So that's cool. I'm really excited that my face has taken on the shape of a heart. She was like, this is weird. My mom was in a really nice mood today. She was like, touch your face. She's like, I really like your smile lines, and I really like this part of your face. And I'm like, thank you. I like my lips. My lips look fuller now that I've lost weight, which I thought they wouldn't, but they to me they really do. Yeah, so a lot of physical attributes you start really appreciating. Things that I didn't know that I had when I was heavier. Well, I knew I had them, but you could see them. Were collarbones. Yeah, this is when I first started feeling my collarbones. I would literally touch them all the time. I just couldn't keep my hands off my collarbones. Also, I appreciate my neck. I feel like I have a really nice neck, and I also get to do this. That's weird. I don't know what that is, but I like it because I could see things. Your body's an amazing tool, an amazing thing, and that's just a really cool thing that I like about it. So, yay for whatever the heck that is. I feel like my forehead looks bigger though. Maybe that's because it's not surrounded in thick layers of fat, I have everything, the physical changes. My fingers got 10 times smaller. I used to wear a size 9.5 ring, and now I wear a size 5. I always thought that was kind of incredible. I never thought I'd wear a size 5 ring. Oh my goodness. But yeah, that's exactly what I wear now. I love my feet. My feet are small. My feet are 6.5. And I used to wear size 10s, and I really started liking my feet. So that's the physical stuff I like. Everyone keeps saying I have a tiny waist too, but I don't see it. I think that I have a pretty basic waist. It's not tiny, but every time something my boyfriend really likes to do is come up behind me and grab me by the waist. You know how they give you back hugs, but he hugs me from my waist because we're pretty close. Not close in height. He's 5'8". I'm 5'1", but so he'll grab me by the waist and I'll say tiny waist. And he always says that I have cartoonish hips, but not in the bad way. Not in a bad way. But you know how he was saying, you know how some characters you get that heart-shaped hips, and they he said that's the type of hips I have. So I started to appreciate my big hips because I'm pear-shaped. I have small boobs, a fair sized waist, apparently it's tiny, and then I have big hips. So that's something that he's pointed at and given me attention for, and like now I'm like, oh shoot, now I can appreciate that part of my body a little bit more. I really love that guy. I'll probably mention him a lot in this because he has helped me do some of the things that I'm about to mention on this. It's a big thing. A thing that I actually helped me with is boots. So on my list, I had mentioned that I really wanted to wear boots. Not like the cankle boots or the ankle boots. Called them cankle boots back then because cankles. But I always wanted to wear like boot boots, like high boots. But my calves were really, really big. And it just like, even when I was heavier and they had certain like, oh man, they had certain boots at like Torrid that were like size 10 wide calf boots. No. Like, no. They didn't even fit. Like, for some reason, I don't know if I had, like, I never went to the doctor for it. I'm sorry, I gotta wipe my nose. I never went to the doctor for it, but I sometimes feel like I had lymphedema in my calves. I don't know if that's where you would normally get it, but I always felt like I had that. I know I had a little bit on my thighs because the texture of that area on my thigh was like a lot rougher. Like I said, it was almost 400 pounds, so it wouldn't surprise me if I had some kind of like lymphedema or something. I don't have it anymore. That could be for the weight loss. I don't know if that's how lymphedema works. I don't know what it was. It could just have been rough skin from like not being able to like dry it properly, so then I got like dry skin on that. I don't know how any of them was. It might be too TMI, but whatever. So anyway, so I was swore that I had like these really unusually fat thighs. And every year after my surgery, so I had my surgery in 2015, and every year I made it my goal to like wear boots. So around certain times of the year, my mom and I would go to the store and I would try them on, and they never fit. Even when I thought I hit my lowest, they did not fit, and I was like so discouraged. I was like, you know what? It's not written in the stars for me to wear boots. And oh my goodness. So I went to Walmart with my boyfriend because we were doing some food shopping, and he's like, hey Amy, I really want to buy you some shoes because your old sneakers are like totally destroyed. And I said, I don't know what you're talking about, as I waved my pinky toe out of the shoe. I had those shoes for a while. I had those shoes since before my surgery. I really loved them, but he was right. Like, my toe was hanging out, so it was time. And I was like, well, babe, if you really want to get me some, yeah. So I go into the shoe aisle, and we try on the sneakers, and I quickly discovered that I'm a 6.5 in sneakers as well, because I tried heels a couple of weeks ago with my mom, and discovered that my feet, like, shrank incredibly. Like I said, used to wear 10 size shoes, and now I'm a 6.5. So got 6.5 sneakers, and my old sneakers were a size 8. So yeah, size 8 double wide. Yeah. No longer wearing my shoes. I can't believe the difference, honestly. But anyway, so I got these wonderful shoes, and then we're walking around, and we passed by boots. And I said, hey babe, do you mind if I just look at the boots? And he was like, oh yeah, sure. Because, I'm a girl with fashion. And and he was like, why are you so interested in these boots? And I tell him, like, oh, me and my mom every year we used to try on boots, but I didn't try them on this year, which was true. Because the last time I was very discouraged. A year ago I tried them on and they didn't fit, so I was like, you know what? No, I'm not doing this anymore. And he was like, well, try these on. And I'm like, I'm looking at them, and they're knee highs. They're not like mid-calf, like the shoes that I wanted. They're knee highs. I'm like, babe, I don't think this is gonna work. And he's like, Amy, they're like, it's fine. They're wide calved. Try them on. And so I did, and they fit. And the moment I zipped them, I started crying. I was so happy. I could not believe my boots fit. And he saw this and he was like, I can tell you're getting really emotional, and I'm gonna buy them for you. And he ended up like, I can't believe he bought them. I can't believe I own them. This is a really beautiful moment in like the weight loss history. I also love that I didn't have to like sit down every time we went out to like to the mall or to the stores, or we went out walking. Like, I didn't need to always sit down, which is something I had to do when I was heavier. So it was really nice. I actually enjoyed going to the stores with him because he's really funny. I didn't expect him to buy those shoes, and then a couple of weeks later, around like I think it was a day before my birthday, his aunt said that she had some shoes in a size 7, and they were boots, and the calf was too big for her. And I'm like, well, I'll try them on, but they might be too big for her tiny legs, but they might be too small for mine. So I tried them on, and they fit, and they're actually like the boots I've always dreamed of. So they're like, below the knee a little bit. They're more like mid-calf, and they're black and leather, and they have heels. They have like 2-inch nice heels, nice, a little thick, my kind of heel. And it was the first time I wore high-heeled boots, and I was so excited. So another goal was scratched off my list. Fashion-wise, there are a lot of things, like going down to a size 14 jeans, or wearing junior clothes, because I do buy a lot of like junior stuff when it comes to jeggings, or yoga pants or leggings or things like that. I'll normally go to the juniors. So now I wear I think now I wear a size 13, 15 in juniors, or sometimes an 11, 13 in juniors. I found that I wear heavier, like I wear bigger tops, and I wonder if it has something to do with like torso. I also carry a lot of my excess weight in like my arms and my midsection. So I have naturally wide hips though. So I don't know. A lot of fashion goals that I've won. I think all of my fashion goals I've reached. All of them. And to me that's a really big thing. Going to stores and not always having to look in the plus size section. Like when I go to Forever 21, I have to buy my pants in the plus size section, because again, like 14s, big hips. It's not a big butt, big hips. But tops, all of my tops have to come from like smaller sizes, like the smaller size of this section, because like I'm really tiny up here, and then like big hips. So that's pretty cool. I don't know. I really love that I feel more comfortable in fashion than I used to before. I find it to be a lot more comfortable. I even sometimes I wear like crop tops to show off like my midsection, but like very rarely, and I don't go out wearing it. I do sometimes, but like only when I know we're gonna be hiding under the table or sitting in a dark room, like for the movies. So it's a big deal. Gosh, let's see. So some of the physical things is like showering. Oh my gosh, like I could go on. When you're heavier, it's harder for you to do things that involve a lot of activity, or standing, or like not sitting. And one of the things is like I hated bathing. I hated showering. And like I wonder if this is why like plus size people get associated with smelling, because like honestly, like that was my thing. Like I showered, but like I did it in such a way that I'm pretty sure I did not like shower correctly, because I was trying to do it quickly. Like I don't want to stand in a shower for 20 minutes. I can't stand for 20 minutes. I'm too big. So my showers would be just like doing everything really quickly. The thought of conditioning my hair, like going and washing my hair twice, killed me. So I wouldn't condition my hair. I just shampooed once and that's it. And then, like, everything was just quick. Everything was just so quick. I didn't shave because I was heavier. I just, it was just almost like an impossible thing. Like, getting dressed was torture. Getting dressed, because I didn't want to wait until it was dry. I would get dressed while it was wet, try to do it as quickly as possible, and, like, be just sweating bullets. Like, especially if I went to the gym pool or a public pool, and you have to get dressed in, like, those small bathrooms. Oh my god. Like, I don't know, I felt like I was dying when I was doing that. Being plus size, man, being that big, not plus size, but that big, almost 400 pounds, like, that was torture on my body. Like, everything that I did seemed to hurt. And don't even think about baths. Are you kidding? No. I couldn't have fit in a bathtub back then. Things like, personal TMI moment right here, but wiping, extremely difficult. I often needed help. It was, it's embarrassing to admit. Like, that's still something I still struggle, even though, like, I'm no longer, oh, hi, excess arm. But that's something that I always struggled with was, oh gosh, wiping. And I'm not proud of it, but I am proud that I can do it now. And my boyfriend was, like, worked with, like, kids and things and older people, and he would change diapers and he would wipe people. And I told him about this part of my past, and I'm like, I'm so glad that you didn't have to do it. And he said, but I would have, because I was trained to do it. And I was like, well, I think it's sweet, but let's just be grateful that's not a part of our relationship. Because the truth is, I wouldn't even be dating him if I was still, and not because I don't think he would have dated me, but because of who I was back then, and all the limitations, and I just don't see, I wouldn't have had the nerve to even talk to him, let alone be on the dating site that I met him on, which was OkCupid. Highly recommend. Yeah, so, like, all of that, I have no idea how any of this, like, even happens. It was just, like, I didn't realize how bad I let it get until, like, I decided to get the surgery, and then it all came rushing, and I was like, oh my god. We actually had a poll about the wiping. We were like, I wouldn't be able to do it until I lost 75 pounds. Oh, and my sister said, like, this much, and my mom said this much. I did it after losing, like, 25 pounds, and I was like, holy crap, 25 pounds, that was it, and I was like, wow, and I felt so good, and it was such a proud moment, and every time I poop, I'm just so happy. Oh, my goodness. I went on a swing the other day. I've been in a hot tub. I went to a concert. The concert story is really funny. So I love this band called Ninja Sex Party. Every time they put out a signed CD for their under the cover CD things, I always get a signed copy because this actually means a lot to me. So around the time I decided to get my surgery, it was July when my mother got married. On the way to her wedding, my brother Adam came to visit, and he played their comedy music, and it was the first time I heard them, and it was the day that I announced that I was getting my surgery, that I was starting that route for my surgery. And during my recovery, the doctor said that he had never heard of a patient having cleared their lungs that quickly. And he said, like, you just sound like you have the strongest lungs. And my mom said it's because I hear her singing Ninja Sex Party songs all day. So I actually, like, it kind of helped me. So I decided to make a goal that they did concerts, that I would go and see their concerts when I had lost the weight. And when I hit my lowest, which was 220, 222 is the achievement, that I would be a success story. So I decided to, like, make that a goal. And I went to see their concert. I was 216 pounds. Sorry, I'm like, this is such a happy, like, memory. I had this leather skirt, no, not leather, plaid pink skirt on. I had the Last Unicorn t-shirt on that I loved. I went to the concert. I just had a good time. I was smiling the whole time. It was so wonderful, you guys. It was like the best experience. I loved, I was standing the whole time. I didn't need to sit down. I was in a crowded room with a lot of people. It was like a bunch of like achievements. Being around people when you're heavier is a little rough because people judge you so quickly. But I wasn't worried. I actually got complimented a couple of times. There was like one girl who said it was so sweet because I offered for her to stand in front of me, her friends to stand in front of me at the concert because like we're a group of short girls, and they were like, oh no, and then all they were just kept saying how sweet I was. And I don't know, that whole experience, like that fan base was like so nice, but I was just so happy. So that was like the biggest like goal for me. Going to restaurants and being able to sit in like seats and not worrying about them breaking, or like like plastic furniture, like patio furniture. I could sit on that like with no issues. I'm not worried about breaking furniture anymore. Kind of. Sometimes I do get the fear, but it's more of like their furniture, not like creaking a little. Like their furniture is just creaking a little too much. It's not about my weight. It's about the way that the chair was built. Okay. Gosh. Yeah. I went on a swing for the first time. That was such an experience. And a first time since I was a kid. Like, I mean, like 10 or 11. The last time I went on it before this time, I fell off, and I was heavy, so like I had to work out to get up. So yeah, that was a pretty big achievement. Getting in like high things like trains or buses or like vans. Like I've had a few times where I couldn't go some places because I couldn't get into the vehicles. So that was like a big thing when I started being able to lift up my body weight. Oh God, I went into the hot tub for my first time. I got like a two-piece bathing suit. Like it doesn't show everything, but it's a two-piece bathing suit. That shows a little bit of tummy. Gosh, just so many things that I never thought I would do or wear or say or eat, or like after my surgery they say your taste buds change. I absolutely love green olives. I hated them before surgery. I crave them now. So weird. I'm like the weirdest person, I feel. It's just always who craves green olives? This girl. So I mean, it's an achievement just to be able to like lay on the same bed as someone, or sitting on couches and not taking up several spaces, sitting in the back seat of the car in the middle with two people next to you. I can do that. Oh gosh, there's just so many things. I love going out to places that like requires a lot of walking. Like I love Jim Thorpe. I can go there and not worry about like walking too much. I've taken several baths since my surgery. Yeah, even things like mundane things, like just being able to like stand and do dishes, or cleaning, like without feeling like you have to sit down every 10 minutes. It's just a lot of like positive things that I feel like in life you kind of take advantage of unless you haven't been able to do them. So like that's this video, guys. I know that there's a lot more that I haven't mentioned yet. Like I went on a ride. I went on a ride at an amusement park. Never could really do that. But I did, and that was a really great achievement. yeah, it's really been quite a journey. I know, again, like I said, there's a lot that I haven't like quite said here. I'm hoping to find the original notebook that I wrote that stuff in. If I can't, I might have to watch all those videos that I made, because I think I made like part 3. I don't know. But I'm sorry about the length of this video, guys. I can't shut up. But this is like such a big thing. I'm actually kind of glad this video is long, because it just shows you guys all of my achievements. And it's not a short list. It's a very, very long list. Things that you feel comfortable. Hello, pimple. Breaking out. A lot of stress going on right now. But I'm just so happy. I feel a lot better. Food has not controlled my life. I'm beating the regain. I'm feeling happy. I think my favorite part of this is the one thing that I really wanted the surgery for was to find love. And, like, I've discovered that I am worthy of love. I am capable of love. And I am certainly, lovable. And I feel like that's the biggest thing that I think I've discovered is that, I've learned through this journey to love myself. Because when I decided to get the surgery, it was a step forward to really loving myself. I know that a whole bunch of this body acceptance stuff, like, says, eat whatever you want, you could love yourself. But to me, self-love means taking care of yourself, body, mind, and soul. So that was me taking care of what I needed to. And, even like with the excess skin, I love my body more than I've ever loved my body. Doing things that I could never do, like even simple things that people can't even imagine not doing, like shaving, is something that I now have a full appreciation for. It's insane. And I think that's the most important thing, is that this has taught me to not only love my body and myself, but to appreciate the smaller things in life. Things that you might take for granted, like the ability to walk, or run, or skip, or jump, or just lift yourself into a car, just stand still. And I think that's really important. I think that, if you're going on this journey of self-love, consider self-love taking care of what needs to be taken care of, which is your body. And yeah. And I'll end that by wiping my nose because I'm getting sick. So, thank you guys for watching me wipe my nose and the video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. If you guys want to follow more of my weight loss journey, or just kind of want to catch up and see what's going on, this channel will always be here. I don't upload like daily, weekly, monthly. Sometimes I'll go on a hiatus, but when I do make videos, it's well worth it. So, bye!